Got it. Okay. Severe shape. So what's the difference? 669 and 629.
We good?
Okay.
We're good, Allison?
Yep.
Call the. We're good? All right, call the regular village board meeting for March 18th to order at 6 o'clock. Please rise and join me in the pledge.
So over here to go.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you all for coming. And quick roll call, please.
Trustee Howe.
Here.
Trustee Shaw.
Here.
Trustee Kuhn.
Here.
Trustee Strauss.
Here.
Trustee Stein.
Here.
Trustee Gary is absent.
Thank you all. First item on the agenda is public comment. You'll have 3 minutes to speak and no action will be taken. First person is Rachel Smith.
Hi. So I'm here with concerns about ordinances not being enforced and criminal activity that is not being addressed. I have contacted community development, the police chief and police department, the mayor, and other village officials numerous times over the past few years about the Wauconda Plaza property and the criminal activity and other violations that go on there, including public intoxication, public urination, men exposing themselves around children, drug use, sexual activities in vehicles, working while intoxicated, and the list goes on. We have sent so many pictures, videos, and emails to village officials and the police, including numerous calls to stop this activity. The property owners and business owners continue to not be held accountable, no citations, no fines, and no course of action. According to the village ordinance, Wauconda Plaza has proven itself to be a chronic nuisance property, and they continue to allow to operate without any repercussions, consequences, or implement a course of action. I sent the mayor a 3-month timeline last summer of criminal activities that occurred around the property, and there are over 30 incidents, and that doesn't even include all the ordinance violations. We were told to call the police for any criminal or suspicious activity on that property, but when we do, we get pushback, attitude, and victim blaming. We were told by an officer that we were the ones causing this, and that we didn't. And what do we expect living behind a commercial property? Well, I expect for me and my children to be protected and not blamed for other people committing criminal activities. Instead, our rights continue to be violated and we continue to not be protected. I see employees drinking and then going back to work intoxicated, men exposing themselves and urinating in public next to school property and residential properties with children, loitering and drinking in public. And now you want to allow another bar to open on that property and give the business owner who has a criminal history a liquor license. Why are we continuing to add to the issues that are already present instead of addressing them? You say that Wauconda Strong supports public safety and police protection to keep us safe, operational excellence in keeping our infrastructure maintained, residential input and transparency in keeping the local feel of Wauconda, all of which are not happening. Why is nothing being done to protect the residents of this town and keep them safe, especially children? Why aren't ordinances being enforced? Why aren't property owners being held accountable? Why can't I get a response back from anyone that I email or call? And why are these issues not being taken seriously? Why is the safety of the community and our children being compromised?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is Eden.
Actually, I came tonight just to say, everyone, big thank you for everybody, whatever you did for me, and for the time, thank you for the time, Lori, Blake, Francisco, you guys on the website, and I don't have any comments. Just,
Thank you.
again, one big thank you.
Great, thank you. On to the consent agenda, we have one item C, which we are going to move under new business. So Madam Clerk, please read consent agenda items A, B, D, and E.
Happy to. Item A, approval of the minutes from the March 4th, 2024 regular village board meeting. Item B, approval of the minutes from the March 11th, 2025 special village board meeting. Item D, approval of the bills for payment from February 22nd, 2025 to March 7th, 2025 in the amount of $1,198,687.87. And item E, consideration and approval of a resolution approving an easement agreement for the installation and maintenance of drainage and utilities at 217 Slocum Lake Road.
Any of those items need to be moved or removed from consent agenda? Hearing none, may I get a motion and a second to approve consideration of consent agenda by unanimous vote for items A, B, D, and E?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Howe.
Yes.
Trustee Shaw.
Yes.
Trustee Kuhn.
Yes.
Trustee Stroud.
Yes.
And Trustee Stein.
Yes.
Thank you, motion does carry. Any questions regarding the items on consent agenda? Hearing none, may I get a motion and a second to approve items A, B, D, and E under consent agenda by unanimous vote?
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Howe.
Yes.
Trustee Shaw.
Yes.
Trustee Kuhn.
Yes.
Trustee Stroud.
Yes.
And Trustee Stein.
Yes.
Thank you, motion does carry. On to new business, the first item under new business is going to be item C under consent agenda, and it's the consideration and approval of a resolution approving change order number 2 and pay application number 4 with National Power Routing for the 2024 sanitary sewer lining project. Director Mann.
Thank you, Mayor. The sanitary sewer line project's been completed, and this is the final pay application, which final balances the quantities with the project.
Could we get a motion to
Amend it.
accept, just first introduce the item and second, and then the motion to amend?
So motion to accept the item.
Motion to introduce.
May I get a motion and a second to introduce item C under new business?
You have that motion, Mayor.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Howe.
Yes.
Trustee Shaw.
Yes.
Trustee Kuhn.
Yes.
Trustee Stroud.
Yes.
Trustee Stein.
Yes.
Thank you, motion does
Could
carry.
we get a motion to amend to approve the resolution for the change order?
Motion and a second to amend and approve the change order under item C under consent agenda,
To include the
to
resolution.
include the resolution.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Howe.
Yes.
Trustee Shaw.
Yes.
Trustee Kuhn.
Yes.
Trustee Stroud.
Yes.
And Trustee Stein.
Yes.
Not gonna go for approval?
That was it.
Yes, you're right, yes,
Okay.
go ahead. Yes.
It's all new. Motion and a second to approve item C under the consent agenda with the amendments as previously approved.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Howe.
Yes.
Trustee Shaw.
Yes.
Trustee Kuhn.
Yes.
Trustee Stroud.
Yes.
Trustee Stein.
Yes.
Thank you, motion does carry. On to item A under new business, consideration and approval of an ordinance rezoning property at 115 East Liberty Street from residential to general business district. Director Anderson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, board members. Mr. Michael Olson, the owner of 115 East Liberty Street, purchased the property and has a desire to convert it to a gaming parlor under and according to village ordinances for such use. But before he could do that, he had to make application and file a zoning petition before the village, and that was heard March 5th to rezone it from R5 zoning district to general business. The zoning board of appeals, plan commission, after doing proper notice and consideration, recommended approval based on the findings of fact attached within your packet this evening. Also, the village staff recommends approval of conditional use permit. That's the next one. approval of the rezoning based upon he be consistent with village ordinances and the comprehensive plan and the zoning code. And Mr. Olson is here this evening to answer any questions.
This is just the rezoning from.
This is just the rezoning of R5 to the general business district.
Is it a business in the past?
It's been a business in the past, but it was R5 zoning.
It's been a business since the sixties. When it was built as commercial, so it just was never rezoned.
Yeah, when they, yeah.
And it's surrounded by other businesses.
Yes.
Correct.
As long as we had known it, it's been commercially run, so.
Go ahead.
Any further questions? Item A. May I get a motion and a second to approve item A under new business?
So moved.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Trustee Howe?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Kuhn?
Yes.
Trustee Strauss?
Yes.
And Trustee Stein?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion does carry. Item B. Do we have
So,
some?
Mayor, I just wanted to point out, there's a typographical error on item 8B. It states live indoor entertainment. That is not the use. The ordinance is correct in the packet. It's for
Okay.
a restaurant, sit-down, no drive-through, with dancing or entertainment. So if you look at the packet, the ordinance is correct. This is a typo on the
So it's just
agenda.
under new business.
So we'll need to introduce, amend, and then approve as amended.
So introduce this as,
Introduce the item first, and then a motion to amend like we
Okay.
just did.
item B under new business. Consideration and approval of an ordinance granting a conditional use permit with conditions for, I gotta read it the way it is, right?
Yep.
With live indoor entertainment at 421 West Liberty Street. And your motion and a second to introduce it.
So moved. Second?
Roll call, please.
Trustee Howe?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Yes.
Trustee Strauss?
Yes.
Trustee Stein?
Yes.
And may I get a motion and a second to amend item B with consideration and approval of an ordinance granting a conditional use permit with conditions for,
Restaurant, sit-down, no drive-through, with dancing or entertainment as stated in the ordinance attached to the packet.
at 421 West Liberty Street.
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Howe?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Kuhn?
Yes.
Trustee Strauss?
Yes.
And Trustee Stein?
Yes.
Now we can go into discussion.
Yep.
Director Anderson.
Mr. Eden Lojo is here this evening. He is leasing the property formerly known in Wauconda Shopping Plaza as Mimo Sports Bar. He will be opening up Sports Bar and Grill along with the bar and grill. He would also like to have the restaurant, sit down, no drive-through, live entertainment, as mentioned by Attorney Kelly. He's applied for a conditional use permit for such nightly events to happen on the premises known as 421 West Liberty Street. He's made the application before the conditional use permit in the general business district and was heard before the zoning board of appeals and planning commission on March 5th. After doing proper notice and consideration, we heard from Ms. Rachel Smith in regards to the objection to the application for conditional use permit. The zoning board of appeals, after due and proper consideration, recommend approval based upon the findings of fact attached this evening within the report, and village staff recommends approval of the conditional use permit based upon it being consistent with the village ordinance, comprehensive plan, and the zoning ordinance. Questions?
Any questions?
Yeah, so Chief, we heard Ms. Smith's comments. I know that property has been vacant for quite some time. Nemo's moved out of there. I mean, there's some serious allegations about a lot of criminal activity going on there. Is this something that is recent and ongoing, or is this back when Nemo's?
No, it wasn't involving Mimos. It was, we have gone through, and I've closed down 3 businesses there, one for prostitution, one for drugs, and one for gambling. So
It was Cosmos before that, correct?
correct. I'm talking in the entire plaza.
Yeah.
We've made multiple arrests, almost a dozen, I believe, so the facts that were presented were incorrect. So we've done quite a bit. We've given letters to every single business owner there saying that when we have proof and can reasonably believe to hold them accountable, that we will. Having somebody walk outside, having no proof that they're urinating, just assuming because they're standing behind a fence, that doesn't cut it for what we need, which is a burden of proof. You know, we need to prove that they're doing something. So we've had no other issues with, obviously, they've been closed for quite a while now. But no, we've done our due diligence and continue to. So, and including extra patrols, which takes away from the rest of the village.
So is it a case of a specific business that's currently operating there that's causing trouble? Or is it a situation where people are, because it's, you know, it's in commercial industrial type of area, are people just gathering behind there because it's out of the way?
Sometimes you get people gathering behind there. There used to be a lot of trees and debris, and that has all been cleaned up. It looks night and day different. The amount of work we've done and the amount of security we've done back there and the drive-throughs and everything else is night and day different. We can't prevent somebody from arbitrarily just pulling behind there and you know, doing whatever. We do our pass-throughs, and coincidentally, it's never at the time when we go through there. So no, we do our due diligence. And again, I can't prevent somebody pulling off of 176 to drive back there to go to the washroom, which has nothing to do with some of the businesses. Some do, some don't, but you know, when we can make an arrest, we do. When we have probable cause, we do.
We have Bungalow Printing and the Ganji, I know, has just opened up over there, and I think those are two nice new businesses. I mean, I understand past sins of other business owners, but it is hard if new business owners want to open up to take that into consideration for a new business moving in. I understand where you're coming from, but
it continues to happen though.
When Mimos was there, we issued them citations for serving after 2 a.m. twice, and we again held them accountable. So.
That answers my question.
Any further questions? Then may I get a motion and a second to approve item B under new business as amended?
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Excuse me, trustee Howe?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Kim?
Yes.
Trustee Strauss?
Yes.
Trustee Stein?
Yes.
Thank you, motion does carry. On to item C. Everything?
Nope,
Okay,
we're
we're
good.
good with that? Thank you. Consideration and approval of a resolution requiring the publication of the official zoning map of the village of Wauconda. Director Anderson.
It's been a long time coming. It's about 5 years, 6 years in the making. We've been doing some zoning changes and conditional use permits. They're in your packet this evening for your consideration and the annual update.
Does this take into account the 115 Liberty Street property?
No, it does not, because it's happening after the first of the year. It'll be in the next update next year.
Great. Anything else? Hearing no further questions, may I get a motion and a second to approve item C under new business?
So moved. Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Howe?
Yes.
Trustee Shaw?
Yes.
Trustee Kim?
Yes.
Trustee Strauss?
yes.
And Trustee Stein?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion does carry. There is no old business. On to the mayor's report. First, I would like to thank our police department and K9 Sky on their professionalism and great work apprehending the suspect linked to the organized crime and multiple thefts. This started from a flock notification, which was recently activated, of the suspect's vehicle. The professionalism from the officers and Sky handlers is a testament to rigorous training and dedication to their profession and our village. Sky did encounter attacks from the suspect, but was not severely harmed due to the great training our police force has. And Chief, please tell your department, thank them for their dedication. We're fortunate to have such a great professional team here at Wauconda Police Department. Thank you. Last week, the Bradford Group and James Construction held a Golden Hammer demo event at the old Fifth Third Bank building. Trustee Howe, Clerk Radcliffe, and her husband, Administrator Masson, Director Anderson, Francisco Jimenez, Peter Araro, and Elise were at the event. The event was a kickoff to the demo of the building and to start the new development. We all had golden sledgehammers, and a few of us had a chance to swing them at the building and get our frustrations out on it. On a side note, the oak trees that will be removed from the development for improving that site will be repurposed into furniture and or other items, trim and such, so it's just not gonna go to waste. And the first day of spring is Thursday, looking forward to a great season. That's all I have on the trustee comments and committee reports. Trustee Howe.
No comment.
Thank you, trustee Shaw.
None from either.
Trustee Kuhn.
Thank you, Mayor. This is my last meeting before the election in April, and so I just want to encourage everyone to get out and vote. Municipal elections are important. It affects your community, your hometown, your neighbors, yourself, and it makes a difference. There's been a lot of talk in this community about bullies, and I don't support bullies in any way, shape, or form, not the bullies in the community and not bullies at the municipal level. But what's great about this year is you have choices as community members. You have trustee choices, and I encourage you to make them. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Trustee Strauss?
I just want to let everyone know, I know it seems far off, but the Wauconda Memorial Day Parade is getting rolling. If you want to volunteer or want more information on that, you can find it at the Wauconda Area American Legion website. And that is all I have.
Thank you. Trustee Stein?
Comment.
Any further questions or concerns? Hearing none, making a motion and a second to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned 6:21. Thank you all.